Adventures of the Fly. Continuing. Now, for the first time in comics, the wide-angle scream. "Come into my parlor," said Spider Spry to the Fly. "Step into my web, Mr. Fly. Come closer. The spider has a few lethal surprises for you." S. Spry. Fishermen's nets made and repaired. "They couldn't hold me, Spider. Your lawyer sprung me faster than you can say habeas corpus." "The police are no fools, Bruiser. I hope you weren't followed." "Like you said, Spider, boats leave no tracks. What's my next job?" "Follow me." Spider leads his henchmen outside to a lofty, abandoned water tower at the rear of his property. Then, "I still can't get over it. Nobody but you can get up there. No wonder they call you Spider." "That's the general idea, Bruiser." Spider scrambles up the silken cord in an effortless, ungainingly manner. Then, "Okay, Bruiser, secure that lariat around your chest and hang on." "I shudder to think of what would happen if you decided to drop me." "Remember that if you ever get any ideas to cross me." There it is. You see that freighter cruising into the harbor? It will dock at Pier 7 tonight, and stashed in its cargo is a fortune in jewels, smuggled out of Cuba by Batista's men. You know right where it's hidden, huh, Spider? It's amazing. Your operators cover the world. And so that night, Bruiser, in skin diving gear, goes to work. That's the package, just as Spider described it. The guard doesn't expect anyone to come from this end. The next day, I tell you, nobody came into that door. I tell you, nobody came onto that dock all night. I had my eye on the entrance every minute. A fortune in jewels is missing, and the guard saw nothing? It's ridiculous. If nobody came onto the dock, the thief must have come from somewhere else. Of course, the water. It's too simple. As the fly peers out into the horizon, he is almost blinded by a glaring spot in the distance. I can't see. I'm losing my balance. Phew, that was a close one. The light upset my equilibrium. I'll have to remember those weaknesses if I live that long. Must have been the sun's reflection on a mirror or a telescope. Odd that I can't see it from here. And that can mean only one thing. A telescope trained on that room where the police were trying to find evidence. I think I'd better do a little investigating myself. A short time later, this is where I get off. The light must have come from one of these buildings. They're the only ones around this desolate beach. The silence is oppressive. There is a feeling of danger in the air as the fly stalks through the net maker's deserted shack. Then, the light must have come from that abandoned water tower. Only how could anyone get up there? The ladder's been removed. While high up on the tower, watching and waiting, come up higher, a bit higher, my fine-feathered friend. See what surprises Spider has in store for you. The tower sways in the wind, as the fly reaches for the wooden girder only a few feet from the top. Suddenly, excellent! I pasted that fake girder on in just the right place. So you broke your fall. I was afraid of that, so I have prepared another little gift for you. Yes, my hardy antagonist, I'm aware of your distaste for the bright lights. I observed you snooping through my telescope. Then my search is ended. All I have to do now is bring you in. All you have to do is worry about living. What? That's one target I couldn't miss. Bzzz. One trap after another fails to hold the fly as the grim life and death game goes on. Finally, the fly reaches the tower, but his ordeal is far from over. "Step inside my parlor," said the spider to the fly. "Thanks for the invitation," said the fly to the spider. "Allow me to return your hospitality." "A good host always serves the last treat." As the fly falls into the hanging net, spider pulls a cord and struggle, Mr. Fly. The more you struggle, the more deeply involved you get in the complex ties of my web. The colorful career of the fly seems short-lived indeed, as his struggling ceases in obvious exhaustion. Only then does the spider dare to approach him. "I'm afraid I'll have to suspend you in midair, Mr. Fly. If you're lucky, your friends will find you, if they can get to you." Meanwhile, I'll be well on my way to South America to spend my new fortune without having to split it with that lout bruiser. Now fly right, as they say. As Spider attempts to push his victim through the trap door, the fly summons his last ounce of strength to lash out at his captor. This fisherman's knife. Good of you to keep it handy for emergencies such as this. Yeah. And moments later, "You just hang around until the law gets here. I'm sure you'll find the police trap fascinating. Goodbye, Mr. Spider." It is evening when the fly finally returns to the woodshed of the March home. Mr. March should be looking for Tommy Troy soon, which gives me just a couple of minutes to get that wood chopped. The end.